The watching toys. The first time Mia noticed the toys moving, she thought her mind was playing tricks on her. Her son, Caleb, had left his favorite stuffed bear, Mr. Fuzzy, sitting upright on the living room couch when he went to bed. But when Mia came back from the kitchen, the bear was on the floor, face down. She frowned, picking it up. "Must have fallen," she muttered, placing it back on the couch. But later that night, as she turned off the lights and headed upstairs, something made her glance back at the living room. Mr. Fuzzy was no longer on the couch. It was standing on the coffee table, its button eyes staring at her .comma. Mia's stomach dropped. She blinked, frozen in place. "No way," she whispered. She walked over slowly, her hands trembling as she picked up the toy. It was soft, floppy, just a normal stuffed animal. She searched the room, looking for some explanation. Caleb had been asleep for hours. The house was locked up tight. Shaking her head, Mia set the bear down and went to bed, telling herself she was imagining things. The next morning, Caleb came downstairs, yawning. "Mommy, did you play with my toys last night?" "No, sweetie." "Why?" "They're in the wrong spots," Caleb said, pointing to the corner of the room. His action figures, which had been scattered across his bedroom floor the night before, were now lined up neatly in a row by the living room window. Mia's heart skipped a beat. "Maybe you forgot you moved them," she said, forcing a smile. Caleb shook his head. "They don't like being watched," he said simply before grabbing his cereal. "What did you say?" Mia asked, her voice catching. Caleb shrugged. "They only move when you're not looking. That's why I never watch them too long." That night, Mia stayed up late, determined to prove there was nothing strange going on. She set a teddy bear on the coffee table, its back to the couch, and turned off all the lights except for a single dim lamp. Then she sat in a chair across the room, staring at it. For hours, nothing happened. The toy stayed perfectly still. Mia's eyelids grew heavy, and she started to drift off. A soft thud snapped her awake. Her heart raced as she realized the teddy bear was no longer on the coffee table. It was sitting on the arm of the couch, facing her now, its head tilted slightly to the side. Mia shot up from her chair, backing toward the stairs. "This isn't real," she whispered, clutching the railing .comma. Behind her, she heard the faintest shuffle. She whipped around to see Caleb's action figures, the ones she'd put away earlier, now standing at the foot of the stairs. One of them had its tiny plastic arm raised, pointing at her. And then the lights went out.